In this video, I will share how to use the drawing tools of Adobe Animate. Let's take a look at the drawing tools in the toolbar. Pen tool, line tool, rectangle tool, oval tool, PolyStar tool. There are also pencil tool and brush tool. Brushes are also called art brushes. Some tools of Adobe Animate are hidden. We click on these 3 points to see the hidden tools. If we want to use a tool, we can drag it to the toolbar to use it. If we don't use a tool, drag it here, so that the tool is disabled. These are the commonly used drawing tools in Adobe Animate. Let's start with the pen tool. Click the pen tool. The property bar will automatically convert to the pen's properties. The mouse will become the pen state. Click to set the starting point. Then set other anchor points. When setting each anchor point, I can drag out the arc pen path. Modify the size of the stroke, here I set it to 5. This is a line I drew with a pen. The usage of the pen tool is similar to that of the pen tool in other Adobe software. Now I continue to draw. When this path line is disconnected, I will use the pen to reconnect the endpoint. A slash will appear behind the cursor of the pen. If you reset the starting point, it will be an asterisk. So we can continue to draw on the path we drew before. Click this point to close the path. This is how a pen path is drawn. When the path is closed, I want to modify a certain anchor point. Press and hold the Control key. Or you can select the subselection tool in the toolbar. If you are not satisfied with the anchor point, just adjust that anchor point separately. The most convenient way is to use the pen tool. Press and hold the Control key. Adjust the position of the anchor point. Adjust the angle of the anchor point. If I want the curve of this anchor point to have some bends, you can press and hold the Alt key to adjust the adjustment rod separately. If I want to remove the bends of this anchor point, make it a smooth arc, press and hold the Alt key, and the mouse style becomes an arrow. Drag the arc of this anchor point again. Now it becomes a smooth arc. You can see that the use of the pen tool is the same as that of Photoshop. Then let's take a look at how to use the line tool. First, draw a line. You can change the size of the stroke. You can change the style of the line to a dashed line. I restored the line to a solid line. You can change the width of the stroke. Zoom in the interface and you can see an endpoint of the line. This endpoint can be adjusted. Now this endpoint is a square. You can change it to a circle. Both options change the endpoint of the line to a square. When you select the projecting cap, you will see that the endpoint is a little longer than the path line. When you select the butt cap, you will see that the endpoint is just pressed on the vertex of the path line. You can choose the form of the endpoint according to your needs. Delete this line. The rectangle tool and the oval tool are used a lot, so I won't introduce them here. Let's introduce the rectangle primitive tool. Click the rectangle primitive tool. Draw a rectangle. It is not much different from the rectangle drawn with the rectangle tool. But the 4 corners of the rectangle drawn with the basic rectangle tool can be changed. Put the mouse on the upper left corner. Hold down the left mouse button. Drag the mouse, and you will see that the 4 corners of the rectangle become rounded. You can also modify the radius of the 4 corners in rectangle options. You can also modify the radius of the 4 corners separately. We change the radius of the upper right corner to 20. Let's take a look at how to use the oval primitive tool. Click the oval primitive tool. Hold down the Shift key and draw a circle. You will find that it has a center. Put the mouse on the center. It will become a black triangle. In this state, we can directly drag its center. A circle will appear inside. You can also modify the opening and closing angles. If I want to draw a circular ring, I can just drag it directly. The inner radius can also be adjusted in oval options. You can also change the start angle. The end angle. This is a simple operation of the rectangle primitive tool and the oval primitive tool. There are 3 other tools, all of which are brush tools. The pencil tool, the art brush tool, and the classic brush tool. Let's take a look at the pencil tool first. Click the pencil tool. It will draw along the trajectory of the mouse movement. There are 3 modes at the bottom of the toolbar. The first is straighten. Delete this line. Now I draw a horizontal line or a vertical line. The software will automatically help to straighten the line. I draw a folded corner, and the computer will help to draw the corner more perfectly. The second is smooth. It will smooth the curve you draw. When drawing, my hands are shaking, and the curve has some wrinkles. When I release the mouse, it will automatically smooth the curve, and these small flaws are directly processed by the computer. The third is LNK. LNK is the closest to your actual operation. Now the curve I draw has more wrinkles. Its smoothness defaults to 50. Although it will also smooth the drawn curve, the smoothness is not adjustable like the smooth mode. Let's take a look at how to use the art brush. Click Paint Brush tool. Draw a curve. Let's take a look at the brush style. Click Style Options. Click Brush Library. It will pop up the brush library. There are many brush styles in the brush library. Let's choose an art brush style. This line becomes an art form. You can also change its width in the width option. Let's take a look at how to use the classic brush tool. Click Classic Brush tool. Drawing a curve at random. It has no brush style. You can only choose the brush form. For example, if I choose a circle, it is a curve drawn with circles. I choose a bevel. It is a curve drawn with bevels. The color of the curve drawn by the classic brush is the fill color. You can see that there is only fill in the property bar. And the color of the curve drawn by the art brush is the stroke color. On the property bar, there is only stroke, and the fill is cancelled. Just choose a fill color, the fill is still cancelled. If you want to convert it to a fill, click Expand to Fill. This will convert the stroke to a fill. This is a brief introduction to the drawing tools, and we will gradually understand it in more depth in future cases.